Hey, what is going on, guys? Welcome to the channel, and today we're going to be talking about supply drops, what we like about them, what we don't like about them, and just everything in between. So let's get this started. Disclaimer before we actually start talking about supply drops: this gameplay in the background has nothing to do, it's just some Call of Duty multiplayer gameplay. I am not good at multiplayer, so don't expect any 70-0 gameplay, expect like 20 and like 15 gameplay, maybe, if I'm lucky. So, first thing we're going to talk about in this supply drops is the first game with supply drops, Advanced Warfare, sorry, and Sledgehammer Games, and how they went about it. Whenever people first saw supply drops in Advanced Warfare, when they first heard about them, people were skeptical, but they thought this would be an interesting change and were honestly quite excited. When the game released, however, it turned out to be a massive fail, and you know how that went. So, moving on to Black Ops 3, before the game came out, Treyarch was clarifying, we are revamping supply drops, we're trying something different, they will be in the game, only cosmetic items, you know, not going to affect playstyle or characters or anything. Well, they'll affect characters, you know, but they won't affect the performance of the characters, sorry. So, as the game comes out, you know, I don't have a problem with supply drops. I don't think anybody does. And then, further down the road, they add melee weapons. I don't think anybody had a problem with said melee weapons, but it is at that point when I knew and some other people started to realize, hey, they're adding melee weapons. What's stopping them from adding a ranged weapon? A little bit later after that, COD points come out. Another failure, in my opinion, of the supply drop system is people being able to buy COD points, or supply drops for that matter, and opening them and get, you know, essentially nothing or everything. So, as time progresses, we see some more melee weapons, and this news comes out about getting ranged weapons. And I knew that that was at the point where Treyarch just kind of said, you know, let's put in some range weapons, blah blah blah, all this, all that. And then we see the MX Garand, and I think the Marshals, and I think those were the only two range weapons introduced in that update. The main arguments at that time for people that were for supply drops were, you know, the MX Garand is essentially a worse version of the Shiva, which they were right, it is a worse version of the Shiva. And the Marshals, you know, if you wanted a shotgun, you know, just go play with a shotgun. But to me, it was much more than that. It was the fact that Treyarch blatantly went against their word and added supply drops. Or, not supply drops, they added weapons in supply drops. So, as we progress down the road, and now we're DLC 2, almost DLC 3, the FFAR has introduced HG40, just the sniper, the intervention or whatever it was called. You know, it's this point where we see it's not just reskins of guns we already have, like the Shiva and the MX Garand. It's not that kind of ball game, because we also have the crossbow. The crossbow is something that kind of burns me a little bit more than anything else, is the fact that we haven't seen anything like this. You know, we don't have in the game to compare to. And I have the crossbow. I got it out of a supply drop just by opening with 30 crypto keys. And I've used it, and if you have dual wield, it's overpowered. It really is. You know, it's a one shot. It flies pretty fast. It has a lot of ammo. I think it's, you know, essentially just, you know, it needs to be removed from the game, or give everybody the crossbow. And with these new weapons that came out a couple days ago, Tuesday, the new shotgun and the new pistol, they are pulse. And it's the same crossbow deal. You don't have something to compare them to. I mean, the shotgun has unlimited range if you can lead your shots, and the same thing with the pistol, and they're very powerful. And that's where a lot of people are getting mad at Treyarch for this. And again, it's not only Treyarch's fault. Activision has a very large say in Call of Duty. I think well, I know they own the title to Call of Duty, so if they want something in the game, there's a 90% chance that they're going to get what they want in the game. So, don't blame Treyarch essentially, blame Activision too. And then I'd also like to point out that Activision will probably want supply drops in Infinite Warfare. And the reason I'm not guaranteeing that they will be in there is because if, the Infinite Warfare trailer, everybody's heard about it, 2.5 million, almost 3 million dislikes, which is insane, but it's not going to be the most popular Call of Duty. I heard the pre-orders are very low for it. It's not going to be a very popular Call of Duty. And if they had a supply drop system, which, in the past 2 years has, for the most part, failed, if they add that into Infinite Warfare, that might be the straw that broke the camel's back, per se. Now, Call of Duty's not going to die. Whoever says that is just, I don't know, they're stupid. But Call of Duty is not going to die. It might get taken over by Battlefield at this point, because everybody's seen the Battlefield 1 trailer and how amazing the graphics look and how amazing the fighting style. So, I mean, we might see, this year where the tables kind of turn and Battlefield gets the upper hand, but Call of Duty's not going to die. And, I mean, I will be getting Infinite Warfare simply for the zombies. I'm a big zombies fan, World at War, Black Ops, Black Ops 2, Black Ops 3 zombies. I'm a massive zombies fan. But, the system itself is failing. Not the games themselves, but the systems that they are built on. And the system they are built on is, you can have this gun if you work really hard in the game, or if you kind of take the shortcut. You don't want to take the scenic view, you want to take the highway route, as an example of buying, spending $1,000 on supply drops and possibility of not getting what you want. That is also a a flaw in the system, in my opinion. Is I have heard stories of people that spend thousands of dollars on this game and they don't get the gun they want. They'll get some other cool things and get a bunch of crypto keys, but they don't get the guns that they want. And I would personally not spend $1,000 on a game that has a year life cycle. And that's something that a lot of people don't understand, is you're only going to be playing this game for a year, maybe 2 at the most. But Black Ops 3 is not built to last 2 to 3 to 4 years. It's built to last the year and then the next release. I mean, it's how it is. That's how Call of Duty's been for, 6 years. That's how it's going to be for the next 3.5 to 4 years. Unless they switch to a 2-year development cycle, which I cannot see them doing in the near future. Or, I mean, they might. It's Activision, it's Infinity Ward, it's Treyarch, you never know. And now Sledgehammer Games is thrown into the mix. And just a little quick disclaimer. People that say, or YouTubers that say that you have to trust Infinity Ward on Infinite Warfare because they're the people that made Modern Warfare and Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3, don't listen to them, because the majority of the studio that built or developed Modern Warfare left to go to Titanfall and be part of, I think it's Respawn Entertainment or whatever, the people that made Titanfall. So the studio that you're seeing is not the studio that made Modern Warfare. It's a studio that made Ghost, which I personally liked Ghost, but that's just me. I'm sorry, I'm getting off on a tangent and I digress this topic. So back to supply drops. Now, another key problem I see with supply drops is how it is splitting the community. The community at this point is very small, smaller than it's been in the last 5 to 6 years. But yet it's not grown tighter, and it's not grown more like a family. It's divided. The supply drop is essentially the wedge that is getting drove into block of wood. It is splitting down the middle of people who want supply drops and people that don't want supply drops. That's another problem, is Activision, they have to stop seeing people as dollar signs and start seeing them as human beings, and have, a lot of people that play Call of Duty have feelings for the game. It's not that they just pick this game up because it's a good game. They play it because they have memories of playing Michael Myers or Search and Destroy with their friends. They they have memories of the game. So as I bring this video to an end, I want you guys to just sit back and think, are you playing Call of Duty because it's great, or are you playing it because you remember how it used to be? So with that being said, I'm going to bring this video to an end. If you stuck through, thank you very much for watching. I'd like to take a quick second to talk about this channel. This channel is brand spanking new. There's about 3 of us. We'll be covering everything from zombies on Call of Duty to Battlefield to Destiny, the new Destiny DLC, Rise of Iron, the new Call of Duty Black Ops 3 DLC 3, Battlefield 1. That's going to be a big one. We're probably covering quite a bit on this channel. So, you know, and we're also trying to build a community. We're not trying to just see how far we can make this channel. We want to build a community around the games that we want to play. And as you kind of will watch some of our videos, you see that we really enjoy these games, and we want to become friends with other people that enjoy the same games, enjoy the same playing style. So if you want to, you could please subscribe. That'd be very helpful. Like the video, and see you guys later.